Well, hello, folks. I'm Jeffrey Doherty, your friendly neighborhood Christian whistleblower, reporting to you live from my mother's bedroom. So, yes, it's true what they say. It is true that Doherty is broadcasting from his mother's house, only temporarily so. I just wanted to bring you an update, and we're going to do some regular broadcasting here a little bit later in the day. But the hurricane did just come ashore in Naples, and I had to get on here and share this with you because it's so, I don't watch the media, I don't watch the news, but of course, my mom graciously asked me to come over and they watch the news, and I'm watching the news and just over and over how bad it is and how terrible it is, and this is going to be the worst storm ever, and Chicken Little run for the hills. It's going to be horrible, horrible, horrible. Sounds like some of the YouTube channels that I watch. It's just bad news, bad news, bad news, bad news. And then the eye of the hurricane comes on shore down in Naples. And we're going to get it probably later tonight, 9, 10, 11 o'clock, midnight. And it comes on shore and it's the eye of the hurricane. And they're ready for this huge, terrible news. And then the reporting stations that register the wind speeds at the eye of the hurricane, which has now come on shore, 33 miles an hour, 43 miles an hour, 52 miles an hour. And to sit there and watch these news media people say, oh, they must be broken, they're not reporting accurately. Why are we so bent on bad news? Why can't we say, oh, that's so great, it's only 43, it's only 53, it's only 60 miles an hour? Well, I guess I understand the news media has to make sure that people are still sufficiently frightened so they'll take proper precautions. But those of us that are not in the news media, we can afford to be more optimistic and more realistic. If you are in Florida, you should stay in your shelter. You should stay in the places that are safe. You shouldn't go venturing out or surfing or anything of that nature. But you should also know that the storm is greatly depleted. It is greatly reduced, and there's no reason for fear and dread. There's no reason to worry about things that you can't control anyway. Have faith, have peace, have safety. Continue to do our IRMA mantras at 11 minutes after each hour. And I think it should just simply be IRMA, peace, be still. IRMA, peace, be still. I mean, when we started the mantras, and we're not claiming any, and I'm sitting on a bed, so it's kind of uncomfortable. So we're not claiming, responsibility. We're not saying we stilled the storm. We're not saying that we did anything like that. But all I'm saying is that, and do I sound like L.A. Marzulli? That when we started this, it was a Category 5 storm. It was the biggest storm of the century. It was looking to be highly destructive. And as we did this for many days, it comes across, it hits Florida with 43-mile-an-hour winds. I'm not saying that our positive intentions reduced the hurricane from a Category 5 to a regular Florida thunderstorm, but all indications seem to point to that. That's classic L.A. Marzulli right there. But see, we're not doing it about something that's a Jesuit doctrine or a fear doctrine. We're doing it about positivity. We're doing it about celebrational activity for the power of combined human intention. And we need to keep doing it at 11 minutes after every hour. We need to continue to be vigilant. If you're in the way of the storm, if you're in a shelter, stay in a shelter. If you're hunkered down in your home, stay in your home. Don't go outside. Don't do things stupid. Continue to do our 11 after IRMA mantra, peace, be still. And I think it's hard to take some pleasure in the fact that people of faith, us, George Norrie on Coast to Coast AM, doing a group consciousness experiment. Well, every now and then it's okay to have a win. Every now and then it's okay to be able to say, you know what? We did good. You know what? The divine really is on our side. You know what? Maybe what we talk about isn't all smoke and mirrors, woo-woo. unicorns, rainbows. Maybe when we talk about these things like the ether, and we talk about these things like projected intention, and we talk about these things like the power of our speech and the power of our intention and the power of our minds, maybe we're not just whistling past the graveyard. Maybe we're not as crazy as everybody thinks we are. But then again, I'm not at the NCK bunker. I'm here at my mother's house. Why? Because we evacuated because it made sense to evacuate. You don't have to be a total crazy person. You can be a person of balance. You can walk, you can do the right thing. I continued to do my IRMA mantras, continued to believe that the storm was going to be peaced and stilled, and it has. But did I sit there in a mobile home? No, I did not, because that's not sensible. So to be spiritual doesn't mean you have to be unsensible. And we need to understand that, and we need to learn how to live in reality while, we're living in reality while changing reality. That's really what we're doing. We are living and existing in reality while changing and morphing and warping that reality. We are living in this reality while we're changing it into the reality that we want it to be. Rex Bear says, be the change you want to be. I say, change it to the way you want to be. Rex says, be the change you want to see. I say, change it to the way you want to be. That's what we've done. That's what we're doing. That's what we're going to keep doing. And guess what? We are in the change bringing business. And cousin, business is a booming. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian whistleblower. I'll be back soon with some more real teaching. Just wanted to give you a pat on the back, wanted to give you some inspiration, wanted to give you some feel-good messaging here in the midst of all this gloom and doom. Chicken Little, go home. Peace. Be still. 11 minutes after. Let's do it. I'll see you again real soon.